So, one of the world's biggest human rights watchdogs, Amnesty International, has just sounded a massive alarm. They're basically warning that the very rules designed to keep our world from falling into total chaos are wearing thin. And honestly, it's something we all need to be paying attention to.
Which really brings us to the core question of their report. Is our global safety net, the system that's supposed to prevent worldwide chaos, is it actually falling apart? Their warning is pretty stark. They believe this system is under a more serious threat than it's been for decades.
Okay, so to really get why this warning is so serious, we first have to be on the same page about what's actually being threatened. What is this rule book for war and peace, anyway?
At its heart, international law is basically a collection of rules that pretty much every nation on Earth agreed to, and its origin story is super important here. It was literally born from the ashes of World War II. The whole goal was to say never again to that kind of horrific, unchecked violence. It was a promise the world made to itself. Now, this isn't just a bunch of abstract legal theory, right? In the real world, it means very concrete things. It means you can't bomb hospitals. You can't just target civilians. You have to protect children. These are the fundamental lines in the sand that are supposed to separate conflict from just pure, unrestrained brutality. And this quote really nails it. The whole point of the system was to put a limit on raw power. It says that no matter how big or powerful a country is, there are still rules they have to play by. The idea is that justice and human rights should be the standard, not just whatever the most powerful people want. But this is where Amnesty's warning really kicks in. They're arguing that this whole system, this promise we all made, isn't just being bent, it's being broken over and over again and deliberately.
And just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On one side, you have the promise. Protect civilians, investigate war crimes, uphold human rights for everyone. But on the other side is the reality that Amnesty is seeing on the ground. Homes, schools, and hospitals are being destroyed. Political agendas are blocking any real justice. And civilians are being killed with zero consequences for the people who do it.
So what this creates is something incredibly dangerous. Amnesty's report says that international law is being treated like it's optional, like it's a menu that powerful countries can just pick and choose from when it suits them. And let's be real, when rules only apply to the weak, they aren't really rules anymore, are they? They just become another tool of power. And you've got to understand this isn't happening in a vacuum. The report stresses that when you ignore these rules, it starts a chain reaction, a domino effect that actually makes the entire world less safe for everyone. I mean, just look at how this plays out. It starts pretty simply. Rules get ignored. But that directly leads to the next domino. Wars become way more brutal and destructive. Then, once that happens, the very idea of justice or accountability just evaporates. And the final domino to fall, that instability spreads like a virus, creating refugee crises, economic shocks, and sparking new conflicts, often thousands of miles away from where it all started. So who pays the ultimate price for all of this? It's not the governments. It's not the armies. It's ordinary people. It's kids who lose their families. It's women facing violence. It's elderly people trapped in the middle of it all. It's millions of refugees who have to leave everything behind. When the law fails, these are the people who pay the price. And all of this brings us to what Amnesty calls a critical turning point. Their report basically argues that all of us as a global community are standing at a huge crossroads. We face a fundamental choice about the kind of world we actually want to live in. So, path A. This is the one where we double down. We recommit to these rules. We actually hold everyone accountable, no exceptions, and we reaffirm that justice is more important than raw power. And then there's path B. This is the really scary alternative. This is the world we get if we just keep on the current track. A world where this breakdown becomes permanent and global chaos just becomes the new normal. You know, when you boil it all down, this is the heart of Amnesty's message. It's a really powerful way to think about it. International law isn't some dusty old legal text. It's a shield. It is a thing that stands between a world with at least some rules and a world governed by nothing but brute force. And that really leaves us all with one final, pretty sobering question to think about. If that shield breaks, if this whole system of law crumbles completely, what happens when power is the only rule left?